guys, Tito James here, and today we're answering some readers' questions. Actually, just one question. So, what do I think? This is a question I get asked all the time. Now, in the perfect world, I would go a new car. Obviously, right? You're the first owner, no dramas, but we don't live in a perfect world. This is where most people go to used cars. Not only do you save a massive amount and you take all that depreciation out, because as soon as you turn the key on a brand new car, you're looking at 15 to 20% off the sticker price. So if somebody else has taken that hit for you, well, that would be the sweet spot of what kind of advice I would give you. Get a car that's about 6 months old or a year old, and you should have already gotten the best of both worlds. New car warranty, but somebody else took the depreciation. Tricky part here is it's very hard to find cars like that. And also with some people's budgets, they have to go cars that are much, much older. Tricky part here is banks don't like to finance older cars. This is just something that they don't like to do.
Mga Kada, please welcome James Deakin! Grabe kailangan mapatayan yung energy eh.
Welcome.
Good morning, James. Good morning. Oh, welcome to Kada Umaga. Have a seat, please.
Yes.
Wow, so excited to be here. Look at that. A real live audience.
Yes.
And please greet our Kada squad from all over the world.
Hello everybody, mabuhay kayong lahat. Thank you for joining us here wherever you might be watching us, whether it's here, overseas, wherever.
Kahit
Sabi
ano
ko
bang
nga, I'm
oras
so
yan.
lucky. Ngayon, para na guest co-host ako, you are our guest.
Nagka-work na po ba kayo before?
No. And I think this is my first time to meet him sa dressing room. I approached him.
Kumusta na ba si James Deakin? Ano bang
Yes.
pinagkakaabalahan ngayon?
Okay, I'm doing great. I mean, I'm having the time of my life right now, enjoying myself. I couldn't be in a better spot. I don't know what to say. Happy.
Happy. Yun naman importante.
Exactly.
Di ba?
Correct.
Happy. Pero
At syempre,
ngayon,
James, para mas makilala ka namin, mas makilala ka nila, eto, mga kada, may magpipik-kwentuhan tayo.
kakaibang klase
Yes,
ito.
pipik-kwentuhan.
Pasensya lang sa Tagalog ko.
Yes.
Just disclaimer out there. I'll try my
No
best,
problem.
pero medyo
Okay lang yan.
baluktot.
Okay lang yan. Si Amiga nga, Brazilian namin yan.
Oo.
Pero pusong Pinay. Di ba? Ito
The
lang ang
same.
gagawin natin, James. Magpapakita kami ng pictures mo sa LED wall. Tapos ikukwento mo lang sa amin kung ano yung behind dun sa photo na yun.
Okay, sure.
Game ka ba dito?
Kaya ko yan.
Okay, let's start with the first picture. Patingin nga niyan. Uy.
Okay.
Dishwashing.
Where am I
Picture of a
looking? I'm looking
dishwasher.
at the... Oh, okay.
Mag-focus lang tayo dun sa
sige.
paghuhugas.
That's not me,
Yes,
but
that's not you.
it is a representation of my first job. So that's how I started out in Australia. I was 14 years old, and I was a dishwasher in a motel. That was how I got started. So I guess that symbolizes
How
that.
long were you a dishwasher?
About a year and a half, 2 years, and waiter, bartender, and I stayed in the hospitality scene. So I moved myself up through kitchen hand, dishwasher, assistant waiter, and all that.
While studying.
Sadly, I had to give up my studies. Yes, so that was one of the, I guess, sacrifices at the time when my family moved over there. My mom was a single mom, and things just got tough, you know, and I had to leave school at 14.
So you had to help her, and
Yes,
that was one
at
way.
that time we all had to chip in, and it's okay. I mean, it's character building,
Yeah.
and whatever I think
One
I
of the
lost out in the
factors.
formal side, I picked up in the real world.
For sure, you've
Yeah.
learned a lot from
Oh,
this.
you do. You learn a lot from beginnings like that, and I'm grateful for it. I embrace it. There was a time I was medyo nahiya, but then I realized that look, this is, like I said, this character building, and this is what can really define a person. So I embraced it, and yun.
Yeah, that's
Look at
nice.
you
Looking
now.
back, diba? If you look back at this picture, diba, looking back at your life, it has made you part of who you are, one of the factors.
Exactly. It's at the base level too, so that you really, once you get your foundation strong, you can weather through anything.
That's right.
Okay. Parang medyo na
Una
mellow
pa
down
lang
tayo
eh.
doon.
Bigat pala ng
Ano
ano.
ako, nabigatan ako ng konti doon.
Wow.
Okay. Second picture. Para baka sumayasaya tayo ng konti.
Next.
Next. Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Australia. So you mentioned Australia.
Okay, Australia is where we migrated to in 1986. So my mom, again, we were naging single mom siya, so 3 boys. And alam mo, at 1986, medyo magulo yung Pilipinas at the time.
Correct.
Just had the revolution. Her family had moved over in the 70s, so they petitioned. They said, sige na, come over here. I think it'll be better for you, better for the boys, etc. And so we made the migration over there. But as I said, things didn't always work out as we hoped, but it was a new start for us.
Paano ka nakabalik dito sa Philippines? How?
Well, home is home. It's home for me. I mean, I'm made in the Philippines with imported parts, so everything else aside
That's
from
what
that.
you call yourself.
Exactly.
Made in the
Parang
Philippines with
kotse,
imported
CKD,
parts,
no?
yeah.
It's a complete knockdown. But yes, there was a pull, a calling, kasi we were in Australia, but then my brothers moved back slowly. Like we were just the 4 of us, my mom, 3 boys. My eldest brother, he moved back, then my mom moved back, then my elder brother moved back, and
So one by one.
yeah, I was just there. So my mom was like, please come back, etc. And I thought about it, and I thought about my career there. I didn't have much of a career, but I had a small business.
How old were you when you came back to the
I was
Philippines?
26, 25, 26. But I had a small business in Australia. I was washing cars at the time. So, but it's a good living. I mean, in Australia, a job like that, it can pay you very well, or at least more what you need to survive. And so it was a bit of a risk because 1998, I came back. That was the height of the Asian financial crisis. But nobody told me that.
Correct.
I didn't read that in the papers
So
until
the
I got
years
here.
that you went to Australia and then you came back to the Philippines,
Came
may
back.
mga certain like major happening in the world, like 1986, dito sa Philippines,
War.
diba, revolution, yung EDSA revolution. 1998, the Asian
Financial
crisis.
exactly. So I came back here with a hope and a dream to work on radio. That was my passion at the time, and I really wanted to try it out. And so that's where it began. I came over here with no offer or anything. I just wanted to try it out. And after a short little while, I got a job on radio.
Kitang-kita naman, rinig na rinig naman, bagay na bagay.
Sa boses pa.
Hindi pa nakamodulate.
Di ba?
Hindi pala ka
Wala pa
modulate.
daw yun, mga kada. Dito na tayo. Move na tayo sa third picture. Ano ba ang third?
Uy!
Dapat pala lagi kaming dadaan dyan sa lugar na yan. Ano bang meron dito sa photo na to?
Wala lang,
James?
racket lang, pang extra income. No, I'm just kidding.
Naniwala ako doon ng 1 second.
Hindi pwede yan. I mean, that's usurpation of authority if you do that. No, well, I worked at BGC during this time. There was an event, and we wanted to promote road safety. So I dressed up like that, but of course, I'm with the officials, and I'm actually deputized. They gave me a full deputization. But the trick was, yung pakulo dyan, instead of giving somebody a ticket, I would find people who did something right, and I'd give them a chocolate or a flower.
So, baliktad
opposite.
naman.
Baliktad naman. We try to use incentive rather. Incentivize
Naubos
instead of
ba yung dala
penalize.
yung chocolate?
Oh, ang grabe. Oh no, actually we had 3 choices, but we had the chocolate, the flower, or the dog. I had a small dog, and you get to cuddle the dog.
Okay. Pet. Kala ko ibibigay din yung
Hindi,
dog.
cuddle lang,
Cuddle
play lang, and that's it. But it was kasi it captured the imagination of people. You know, they saw it on social media, and they thought, okay, it's a pakulo. Instead of, we're used to always being, penalized, but here it gave people incentive, and then it was a chance to educate them on mostly pedestrian safety. You know, when you see in BGC, every time there's a pedestrian crossing, give way to the pedestrians and the bike lanes.
That's a nice program, ah.
It was
I
a
hope
very
we can
nice
do
program.
this
Yeah, parang pwedeng-
anywhere in the Philippines.
Sana naman, no?
Sana,
Kasi,
Saan ba next target mo after this
Well,
place?
my target is nationwide using social media. But yes, these types of on-the-ground
types of-
programs
yeah.
really help. But social media, I'm relentless there in trying to keep people educated about it, because I know sometimes it feels like I'm screaming into the abyss na parang wala nangyayari. But I do meet people where I realize I make a difference. So even if I make a small difference in a handful of people, may ripple effect yan. So I'm always on social media, being the nagging tito na explaining
Nagging
about the
tito.
road
Nagging
rules.
tito.
Okay, I don't mind. It's for me, the road safety aspect of it is worth whatever. If they
Actually,
want,
that's one of the reasons I follow you.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
thank you.
Gaano ka katagal dito nakatayo, James? for
Buong
this
araw
one?
yan.
Just this was just for one day.
This was
day.
the whole, one day,
One
one
day.
full day. And it's not the first year I did it.
Sana randomly,
I've
no?
done it
You
a
can
couple
do
of
it.
times now.
Anywhere,
Randomly,
no?
yes.
Parang magugulat na lang sila, wait, parang I know
Pero alam
this
mo,
person.
nakakatakot yun, ha? I mean, like, it's there's a moment, like, I know I have cameras and everything, but there's a moment of genuine, I don't know how the person's going to react. Because they don't know it's a incentive program until I explain it.
Oh,
So
yes.
there's about 5-10 seconds of,
Awkward
yeah,
moment.
awkwardness. I mean, I
in-
remember one girl, because yung style ko, I would say to them, parang, did you realize what you did over there? You know,
I would
caught you doing
imagine.
something correct. Sabi yung girl, I'm sorry. I said, no, you gave way to the pedestrians. I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. No.
so there's
calm
like
down.
confusion.
It's good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you a chocolate. Pero, I'm sorry. Ganun lang siya. I'm sorry. And then,
Pero meron bang, curious lang ako, meron bang mga tumakbo rin? Kasi takot sila na parang, ikaw kasi as a driver, you know kung may nagawa kang mali or wala, di ba? Tapos biglang nga harangin ka.
parang wala kasi I had so many backup. Ang dami.
Matatakot
Tapos
ka.
may mga camera
Pero
pa.
I would imagine
Ano.
kung ako yung lalapitan, what did I do?
So I feel, I
eh,
think
di ba?
kung they thought of it, they thought, nako, baka sting operation to, and this is just too big. Dami mga there was a lot of people there. But no, they were pretty good.
Ayun. Next photo pa ba tayo? Meron pa ba tayong photo ipapakita?
More time. Last. Okay, last photo.
Okay.
More daw. sabi ni James.
Oh, okay.
This one.
Ayan, nagpaliwanag ako sa presinto. That was probably, that was such a milestone moment for me and for the country. That was the first time I believe I was invited to speak at the Senate. And during that time kasi, this was about 2017, medyo the height of Uber. Yung Uber came in and Grab, and they were at that time trying to regulate and control it, and there were big discussion about closing them down, etc. And I was invited to speak on behalf of the general public, the motoring public. And I put my case together, but I guess it was just a perfect storm. It was a live hearing. It was a topic that people genuinely felt so passionate about. And it happened to be a topic was really, really interested in and had studied. So the perfect storm came in where I explained it in about a 3-minute speech or whatever. Pero it went so viral. It literally changed my entire career. That was my single
For this
biggest
one.
moment, I would think.
Kailan ka ba
2017.
nahilig sa cars, James?
Meron pa. My first major thing that I can recall, I was about 4 years old, and I was always talagang I would play with any type of car.
Cars.
And I was in Australia visiting the family, and 4 years old pa lang, and my tito had a combi van, and nakapark sa labas. Don't ask me how I got out of the house at 4 years old and no adult noticed. Pero it was the 70s, so, parang they had a different pass back then. So I kind of snuck out of the house while all the parents were talking, and then I was just playing in his car. Ganon, playing, alone.
Nakaabot sa
Ginyan ko yung
Manila.
handbrake. It was on a hill.
And you moved.
4 years old.
4
and
years
then,
old.
Buti lang, the neighbor was watering the lawn, ran.
And saw you.
Literally, parang superhero na. Yung ganon level na. Yes, that's how obsessed I was with cars. And then I would one last, I would sit next to it didn't matter. Minsan, kahit nag-taxi kami, I would ask the taxi driver if I could change the gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So curious ka na even
Curious.
So
before.
growing up
years old.
talaga,
Yeah,
cars.
I started to drive at 8. My dad taught me at 8, dun sa subdivision lang. And then I would drive him every day to the gate.
Kasi hanggang dun lang pwede.
Hanggang dun lang pwede. Actually, technically, not really pwede. But, it's private property, and then we'd switch.
Hi mga ka-Net 25! This is Emma Tiglao. For more Kada Umaga updates, just click the subscribe button and follow us on Net 25 social media pages at Net 25 TV and at Net 25 Entertainment Facebook page.